Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Hurt, your physical education and health teacher. We will be going over our HIV and AIDS curriculum lessons. These lessons are optional. You have the right to opt out. That means you do not have to participate in these lessons. Okay, but we're going to start now. Lesson number one. What causes disease? How does the immune system protect the body from disease? Students will be able to describe a chain of infection. All right, so in this lesson, we're going to go over some vocabulary and the chain of infection. All right, so here is the vocabulary. Antibody, a substance produced by the immune system in response to an antigen. Antigen, a microorganism such as a virus or bacteria that enters the body. The body produces a unique antibody for every antigen. Antibodies help the immune system protect us from getting sick. Antigen, a foreign substance such as a virus or bacteria that enters the body and stimulates the production of antibodies. Host, any living organism, usually a person or animal, in which an infectious agent can live and multiply. Immune system, the body system made up of organs like the skin and cells like T cells that protect us from foreign substances. Immunity, the body's ability to resist disease. Immunity can be enhanced by previous exposure and vaccines. Immunization, a method of producing resistance to an infectious disease, usually by vaccination or inoculation, which leads to the production of antibodies by the immune system. Infectious agent, an organism such as virus, bacterium, and etc., that is capable of producing infection or infectious disease. Method of entry, the way or place in which organisms, including infectious agents, enter the host's body. Mode of transmission, the manner in which an infectious agent is transmitted from one person to another. For measles, the measles virus can live in airborne droplets for about 2 hours. People can get measles by breathing in the air that has the droplets. Organism, any living thing including germs such as viruses and bacteria. Chain of infection for measles. Airborne measles virus invades body. Person becomes ill with measles and within 2 weeks develops rash. Person can transmit measles to others during infectious period from about 4 days before rash appears to about 4 days after it appears. Immune system creates antibodies to fight the disease. Cells of the immune system destroy virus. Immune system remains strong. Rest and adequate fluid intake help the body recover, and lotion may prevent itching. Person becomes well, antibodies create immunity to getting measles in the future. How immunization affects the chain of infection for measles. Person is immunized against measles virus. The immune system produces antibodies against measles. The person develops immunity to measles. Measles virus invades body host. Immunized person already has antibodies immunity to fight the measles virus. Person stays well. Person does not spread measles. For this lesson, you will have a quiz labeled quiz number 1 for lesson number 1. Please complete. Lesson 2. How does the body fight disease? How does HIV affect the immune system? Objective. Students will be able to explain the immune system and how HIV affects it. The immune system is a bodily system that fights diseases in our bodies. The immune system is made up of cells, tissues, chemicals, and organs working together to keep us healthy. The virus HIV weakens the immune system so that it cannot do its job properly. A little bit. The immune system functions. The largest organ in the immune system is your skin. Healthy, unbroken skin protects your body from infection, but sometimes foreign organisms or invaders get inside your body. Some examples of invaders are bacteria and viruses. One way these can get into your body is through a cut or scrape. If an invader gets into your body, white blood cells from your bloodstream surround the invader and work to destroy it. The white blood cells create millions of antibodies which capture the invader. Once an antibody has caught an invader, a message is sent to the other white blood cells called T cells to kill the invader. Many different cells and chemicals must work together for the immune system to function at its best. Some white blood cells have a memory, so that if the same virus enters the body again, they will send out already made antibodies that help identify it and help cells of the immune system to destroy it. HIV. HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. AIDS stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Virus. HIV gets past the body's defense. The virus makes copies of itself before the body's disease-fighting cells, part of the immune system, can respond. Within the first few weeks after infection, some people with HIV show flu-like symptoms. This occurs during the body's initial response against the virus. During this time, a person may show symptoms such as headaches, body aches, fevers, and fatigue. The symptoms last for a week or so, then go away by themselves. Not everyone who gets HIV has these symptoms. The body's immune system begins to fight against the infection and starts to create antibodies 3 to 12 weeks after initial infection to kill the virus. The antibodies kill some of the viruses, but HIV is not eliminated from the body. Since HIV destroys immune system cells, examples T cells, the body has fewer disease-fighting cells and the person gets sick more easily. The person gets illnesses that people who do not have HIV are usually able to fight off, such as certain kinds of cancer, tuberculosis, pneumonia, and other disorders. This is called AIDS. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. AIDS begins on average 10 years after infection. Also, people with HIV are vulnerable to infections that will not be serious or fatal in a person with an intact immune system. While there is currently no cure for HIV, there are treatments that help people with HIV and AIDS manage their illness and live healthy, full, productive lives. For lesson 2, there will be a quiz titled Quiz 2, and you will have the opportunity to complete this quiz for this HIV lesson. Hello, for lesson number 3, we'll be going over the myths and facts about HIV and AIDS. So we're going to talk about what's true and what's false. Number 1, people can get HIV by being in the same room with a person who has AIDS, which is false. There is a vaccine to prevent HIV. False. HIV is transmitted by sneezing. False. Number 4, a person can get HIV by giving blood. False. HIV is a transmissible disease only by blood to blood contact, so that would be false. 6, people can get HIV from sharing a soda. False. 7, community resources are available to help people with HIV and AIDS. True. 8, AIDS is caused by a virus. True. 9, HIV affects the body's immune system. True. 10, people who inject drugs should protect themselves and others by never sharing needles or other items used to prepare and inject drugs. Sharing these could get blood from an infected person into another person's body and infect that person with HIV. True. 11, AIDS is an advanced or later phase of HIV. True. 12, one reason drinking alcohol and using other drugs should be avoided is that they make us forget what we have learned about HIV and AIDS. True. 13. Abstaining from sexual contact is the best way to avoid sexual transmission of HIV. True. So with this lesson, we're going to have a Google Classroom quiz titled Quiz Number 3. You will complete it for this lesson. Lesson 4. How can we help each other make healthy choices? Objective. Students will be able to identify ways to give support to one another about healthy choices. Say no to negative peer pressure. So, the word peer. Peer means people who are in your age group, people who you socialize, and people who are just in your circle. And we're going to talk about healthy behaviors, which could be positive risk behaviors and negative risk behaviors. All right. So, healthy behaviors could be examples could be getting enough rest, getting enough exercise, eating fruits, vegetables, riding a car with a seatbelt, riding a bicycle, skateboard, or motorcycle with a helmet, studying and doing homework. All right. So those are healthy behaviors. Now, positive risk behaviors, those that may make a person nervous or scared, but could lead to good outcomes. Examples: trying out for a play or sports team, cooking a new food, initiating a new friendship, or telling a teacher that you are confused about something that you're studying and need help. Negative risk behaviors. All right, negative risk behaviors could be smoking cigarettes, drinking alcoholic beverages, using drugs, riding in a car without a seatbelt, climbing over sharp fences, riding a bicycle or skateboard or motorcycle without a helmet, dropping out of school. So those are negative risk behaviors. All right. So for this lesson, we have went over negative and positive risk behaviors, and there will be a quiz relating to this topic in the Google Classroom for lesson number 4. It will be quiz number 4. Lesson 5. Where do we get information and help in regards to HIV and AIDS? As a parent, guardian, caregiver, teacher, or another adult with whom you are close and whom you trust. As a doctor, nurse, school counselor, or social worker. Call 311, New York City Helpline for Government Resources, such as the NYC Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Go to the school or public library. Ask the librarian for help. Call a hotline or library information line. Use the internet. Make sure you're using a reliable source, such as government websites. Helpful websites are maintained by the NYC DOH MH, New York City.gov, HTML, and so on and link. Read a book. Ask a librarian or teacher for a recommendation. Read a newspaper or magazine. Ask a librarian or teacher for recommendations. Look at signs or posters such as subway ads from the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. Read bulletin boards in school, at health clinics, and at libraries. Attend a school assembly program. Watch a high-quality television program. Listen to radio programs that discuss health issues. Call, visit, or write to a public service agency. So that's it for lesson number 5 and all our lessons. For each lesson, there is a quiz. If you have any questions for me, you can contact me by email. I'm Mr. Hurt. You have a good day.